All right, let's jump right in. We are looking at something brand new from Google DeepMind today, and it might just completely change how we build software. It's called Google Antigravity, and honestly, it feels like a real peek into the future of coding.
So, let's start with the big question, the one that really sets the stage here. Can an AI actually build an entire application from just a single sentence? Well, believe it or not, that's the whole promise behind Antigravity. So, what is anti-gravity, really? Well, you've got to think of it as a complete, all-in-one system. This isn't just another AI chatbot you talk to. No. It's an editor, a browser, and this thing called an agent manager, all rolled into one integrated environment. It's a place where an AI agent doesn't just talk about code, it actually builds the software.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? Well, Antigravity is built on what they call 3 core surfaces. Let's break down what each of those are.
First, you have the agent manager. The best way to think about this is like it's your command center. It's mission control for your AI coding team. From here, you can create new agents, give them jobs to do, and keep an eye on how they're doing across all your different projects.
Then, there's the editor, and this part is absolutely crucial. Why? Because it means you are always in the driver's seat. The AI agent might do an amazing job and get something, say, 90% of the way there, but you can always jump right into this full-blown AI-powered editor to add your expertise, those final touches, and get it to 100%.
And the third piece is the browser. And this is where things get really interesting. It's an integrated browser, looks like Chrome, but it has an agent built right into it. So this agent can go out and read documentation, figure out how an API works, and get this. It can literally open the app it's building and start clicking around, testing things, just like a real person would. It's wild.
All right, so we've got the 3 core pieces. Now, let's see how they all come together. We're going to watch Antigravity build a flight tracker app, and it all starts with just a single, simple prompt.
And here it is. This is literally the starting point. It's just a sentence, a detailed prompt where you describe what you want. Build me a flight lookup app using Next.js, have a place for the user to type in a flight number. You're just talking to it. You give it the idea, and the agent just runs with it.
So as the agent starts working, it doesn't just go silent. It actually communicates what it's doing through these things called artifacts. Think of them as status reports, giving you a window into its thinking. And there are 3 main ones you'll want to know about.
Okay, so you've got the task list, which is, you guessed it, a simple checklist of what the agent is doing. But before it even writes a line of code, it gives you an implementation plan. This is like its blueprint, its strategy. Here's how I'm going to build this thing. Then when a task is done, it hands over a walkthrough, which is a summary of what it built and, this is the cool part, how it actually verified that it works.
So what you get is this amazing autonomous loop. The agent plans its work. You can look it over and say, yep, looks good. Then it codes, and then it opens up that browser and tests its own work. And it doesn't just say, I tested it. It provides proof with screenshots and everything in that final report. It's a closed loop.
But here's the thing. This isn't just about handing off work to an AI and walking away. It's really about collaboration. The whole idea is to create a workflow where you and the AI are basically teammates working on the same project.
And one of the biggest game changers here is true multitasking. I mean, think about it. While you're maybe focused on one part of the code, you can have agents working on totally different things in the background. Like in this example, one agent is off researching a live flight data API, while a different agent is designing logos for the app using image models. They're working in parallel. That's huge.
And that collaboration is super smooth. The agent is chugging along, and you can just jump in with feedback. Like, it shows you some logos, and you can just say, hey, I like that one. Oh, and also, can you change the site title? The agent doesn't get confused. It just takes that feedback and folds it right into its plan.
And you can get really specific, too. It's kind of like leaving a comment in a Google Doc. You can just highlight a bit of the agent's plan and add a note, something like, hey, use the API key I put in the .env file. The agent gets that context and just adjusts. No big deal.
So let's say the agent finishes its research on that new flight API. Now it's your turn to step in. You can jump into that AI-powered editor, and because the editor knows what the agent just did, it helps you integrate the new code. You get these smart tab to complete suggestions that make the handoff from AI to human just seamless. It's really slick.
Okay, so when you put all these pieces together, what does the new coding workflow actually look like? Well, it's pretty clear this is a fundamental shift in how developers are going to get things done. So let's just recap the big takeaways here. You can go from a simple prompt to a real product. The AI does all that tedious research for you. You get true multitasking. You get this seamless collaboration. And you get automated testing. And the glue that holds it all together? The fact that this AI is completely context-aware. It understands your whole project, your conversations, everything.
And this chart is super telling. It shows where the AI actually spends its time. And look, coding is only a part of it. A huge chunk of its time is spent on all the other stuff that developers have to do. The planning, the research, the testing. It's automating the entire process, not just the fun part of writing code.
And the result of all that automation? Well, it's pretty staggering. We're talking about a massive speedup. A small project that might normally take you hours, with all the setup, coding, and testing, can now be done in just a few minutes to get that first working version up and running. That's a huge difference.
And this, I think, really gets to the core of how a developer's job might be changing. It's becoming less about writing line after line of boilerplate code and more about being a director or an architect. Your job becomes reviewing the AI's plans, managing these different agents, and then stepping in with that AI-powered editor to provide the critical human touch that gets the project over the finish line.
Which kind of brings us full circle, back to that first question. We just watched a single sentence turn into a real, working web app in minutes. With tools like this starting to pop up, you really have to ask yourself, are we standing at the very beginning of a completely new era of software development?